Oh, yes, we have. I can't believe you've forgotten. We did an appearance together somewhere that I've forgotten, but I know we did.
You did?
We're going to put these here. Actually, these chairs, we're going to sign these chairs and sell them in just a few minutes.
Actually, we both want to be sit in them.
Can you hear us both equally well?
Are we good? Is this on? Yeah. All right. Okay. This is the. All right.
Anyway, so the usual format is that you ask us questions. Otherwise, we're forced to babble on.
Okay, now you can stop with the flashes. Okay, thank you. That's enough. That's enough because I'm going to get a migraine. All right. Sit. That's it. Finished. Done. You have enough. Okay.
Do you have specific questions, or otherwise we have to self-motivate?
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Bob's jet lagged.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I know that I have no self-motivation.
Yeah.
That I know.
So, best thing to do, oh, there's a mic. Go stand behind the mic. There you go.
Hello.
Hi.
The last episode of Enterprise, you were in it, reading Jonathan.
Yeah.
What did you think about it afterwards?
What did I think of the episode? Okay.
Marina never saw the episode.
I saw the episode. Okay. One thing I do have to say is I don't allow videotaping. So anyone who's videotaping, you have to turn it off. Because I say things that can get me in trouble. I don't want any proof. All right? Any proof I say them. And I can spot the video because I see the little red light. So I'll just come and confiscate it if you continue. I'm really mean. I'm not as sweet as Troy. People who know me know this. So what did I think of the last episode? I thought it was a good episode. I didn't think it was a good last episode. Have you all seen it yet? I'm sorry. Sorry.
No.
You know.
It's all right. I've actually gotten over it.
Yeah, see? You got it.
I
So-
can see.
Okay, thank you so much. Next question. Oh, good another one.
You've been in Stargate a couple of episodes. It's a pretty different universe, but it's thinking as I go. What's the thing you like best about this character, Mr. Woolsey?
The character, well, I started out as kind of a bad guy, and then they rehabilitated me pretty quickly. They made me a guy who is irritating, but at least means well, but is still annoying. In fact, that's pretty much what I do. I play annoying, irritating guys who basically mean well. And they figured out a way to do that on their show. They're a fun cast, too, especially the episode I just did, Chris Judge. We had a table where an eating scene at the table, and he had the camera on his back, so he was absolutely shameless trying to make the rest of us laugh with what he was doing with the food. So they're a fun bunch. They're very sweet to me, and I enjoy doing the show. I've done 2 more this year, season 9.
Cool.
I have a question to Robert. You play the Star Trek team, you play Doctor, and you play mostly a Doctor. You also play Doctor, Charlie Beach or so.
Yes.
Are you always playing Doctors or?
It's either that I have very limited skills as an actor, or that I'm particularly convincing as a doctor. But what I think after 11 years as a TV doctor, they should let me practice medicine. But maybe only on fictional characters like Bugs Bunny and Gomer Pyle. Everybody knows who Gomer Pyle is.
No one knows about that.
Question for the both of you. I'm interested to know what Star Trek did for your career in general.
Well, this guy's never stopped working. Every time you turn the TV on, there he is being an irritating but well-meaning.
I'm going to throw this in your face.
Whenever you do a series, there's always a plus and a minus. Whether it's Star Trek or Cheers, or Seinfeld. You do tend to be a little typecast afterwards, but you just have to work harder to overcome that. So it takes some people longer than others, and but I think for me, it was 90% good. We've gotten so many positive things out of Star Trek that it's really, I think it would be a little ungrateful to say, well, you know, I didn't work for a year after the show finished. That was kind of almost my choice. So, which was a bad decision, let me put that right. But it's all about visibility, and Star Trek made us both very visible, and that is helpful in Hollywood.
And also you have all those years that we worked on the show where we had very regular employment, and we have hours and hours of primetime television, and now it has an afterlife, and on satellite television, cable, and DVD, so that the work exists. And if you're proud of your work on the show, as I'm sure Marina is and I am, that it's not only you playing a successful, interesting character, but it's good work for you as an actor. So I think it's ultimately positive. It does make it difficult to get people to see you in other. In fact, I'd like to play a patient once in a while instead of I'm very excited when I get cast as a patient in a hospital scene and then I get to die. That's so much more interesting than having to save myself.
You're welcome. As a screamer.
Pay no attention to the man behind the door.
Well, when I got cast on Star Trek, I must admit I was a little bratty. I was. What used to really piss me off was that, Robert, come out. What really pissed me off is that, like, I would have to be into work like 5:15 in the morning, and then like, come 7 o'clock at night, they would say, "You can go home now," and I hadn't worked for a minute. Well, wouldn't you scream? I used to just go crazy, and just like, the problem is, I've learned since then that the way to do things is to take people and say, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" and then take them aside and have a little conversation with them, and not stand on the stage and go, "What the effing hell is going on here? You are an effing idiot," and embarrass people in front of all the cast and crew. So I have learned not to do that, but I did. I used to, and they didn't call it screaming. In England, we have a phrase, and it's called throwing a wobbly. So I used to throw wobblies, and that vernacular was actually picked up by the rest of the cast. And so when they got mad, they threw wobblies too. And actually, I saw Patrick a couple of weeks ago, and he's up in Vancouver right now doing X-Men 3, and apparently it's chaos. So I said to him, "Patrick, I think it's time to throw a wobbly." And he said, "Oh, Marina, you do it so much better than me." So that's how I got the reputation. But now I am the new and improved Marina. So I don't scream at people anymore.
Robert, I have one for you too. It was actually meant for Dwight, because I expected him to be in the Q&A as well. Who played Barclay in
Oh, Dwight, what a great guy. In fact, that remains, the times when Marina and Dwight were on the show, I think, they're my favorite episodes. They're certainly among them. He's great. And the moment where Barclay slaps me in the face and I slap him back from the first season, it's still the funniest thing from the whole 7 years. and I meant his expression, because he slaps me to show me that I feel pain. And I slap him just because, how dare you? And his reaction is so astonishingly funny that I can watch it over and over and over again.
Well, my question for you was, how would you go about seducing Marina in the show?
How would I go about what?
Seducing Marina
On the show?
Did you seduce me?
No, I didn't. I didn't seduce, no. Why didn't you write this episode? you when I needed you. We never had that, but that would have been a really great idea.
Don't worry, you do something with Marina probably.
But you know what? There's a limit, right? Because I was like the Enterprise bike, right? I mean, I had so many.
Everybody had a chance to
Everybody
ride.
had a chance. We've got to draw the line at the, next gen and not kind of bleed over into Voyager 2.
Yeah, but I mean, it could have been the holographic you. I don't really care.
Oh dear. Thank you.
Hello.
I have a question for you. Which one did you like most? Part as a doctor in Star Trek, or the part that you played in Stargate?
Oh, that's a stupid question.
It has to be, yes.
That's a really stupid. Okay, that's the first stupid question. I'm sorry. He worked what 7 years, and the other one was how many episodes?
4 episodes.
Yeah.
Unless they paid me just the same, then I would answer it.
Yeah.
I still would have to say it.
Okay.
Not Star Trek related or something like that. I don't know how long you're here now in the city, but are you going to look into the city or?
Well, I came into Utrecht and I was looking for the barge hookers. The hookers on the boats.
You were looking for the bars?
I was looking for the I wanted to see the barge hookers. Where are they?
No, we want to do a movie about barge hookers.
Oh, I couldn't find them, so we just ate pizza instead. And went.
Oh, you a map?
Oh, you talking about? We'll go to Amsterdam on Monday. No, so I came into town yesterday with Dean Hagland and Alexis Cruz, and we had a look around, and we went to a coffee shop. My husband was so jealous. I called my husband in America, and he's like, "I can't believe you are in a coffee shop, and I am mopping the floor. Your dog has just peed."
I guess you didn't tell them about the barge hooker thing.
No, I didn't. So, and then on Monday we're going to go into Amsterdam and have a look around. Yeah.
One place you have to go in Utrecht is Utrecht Dom. It's a church.
I've been there. I went there yesterday.
you've been.
Oh, I did it. I did. I walked around, did the whole thing. There's a walk tour, takes in all the. Did it, done there, got the t-shirt. Yeah.
Yes.
Why did you never get the name in Voyager? Always the doctor.
You know what? There was no name that did me justice. We came up with names, we discarded them, and I just never came up with the right name.
Annoying doctor who means well was kind of
That was too long. That was the most descriptive,
That's
but it
like
was too
never.
much for everybody to say. They just would have to call me annoying or Dr. Annoying. Dr. Fancy Pants was my real name. That's what the producer used to call me.
Don't forget to turn me off.
Okay.
What were your experience to work with Dwight?
With Dwight. Dwight's very popular here, huh? Because we like A-Team too, right? Dwight has like a double whammy here.
Yes.
Dwight is hysterical and also a very, very fine actor. So he's always a delight to work with. I mean, when the first time they offered me Voyager, I actually turned it down.
Really?
Yeah, I did, yeah. And then they, because I
I had to sweeten the pot.
Yeah, well, I didn't know this guy then. I mean, I think it was like the first season or early in the second, and so I didn't really know the cast. And I was going to be a hologram, and I didn't like the idea of being a hologram. And so, no offense. And I think I was going to get to work with Garrett Wang, and I wanted to work with,
Oh, you didn't even know me then.
I didn't.
Now she's lying.
But then when they said, you're going to be, Dwight's in it, and you'll be working with Dwight, well, I said yes. So he's a joy. He's an absolutely wonderful
He's a
man.
joy and a bargaining chip.
And he can't, and you can't hold it against him, but he's a Republican.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
He won't admit that to me.
Oh, well, don't get
Well,
it started.
let's
yeah.
get him on stage here.
Right.
He can stand up for himself. Really.
I have one question.
Here. And Jennifer was a very, very talented actress, but very quiet as an individual. And I think part of the reason she didn't stay on the show is she didn't communicate herself very well with the producers. They would ask all of us for if we had ideas for our characters or this or that. And poor Jennifer, who was, again, a terrific actress, was very, very young, first of all. She started at 19 and didn't really, I think that if they felt that they had a better way of communicating with her, it might have helped them think of ways to continue to write for that character. That character had a built-in time bomb. She was only to live 7 years, and since she appears to be an adult, you figure she's going to die of old age in 2 or 3 years, so then, oh, do we have to age her, or what? Because they had other Ocampans who looked middle-aged in the pilot. So it was a very strange, kind of not entirely thought-out idea for a character to begin with, and I think they wanted to avoid that. But also, she was the doctor's confidant, so I was afraid that when she left the show, I would just go back to being a puffed-up windbag because I had no one to reveal myself to.
No.
So that's why I actually pitched the idea of how the Doctor related to Seven of Nine because I needed another confidant. So I said, what if I became her teacher? And we did a student-teacher thing, and then as it went on, that I would basically kind of fall in love with her from starting out as her teacher. Because I thought it was a funny idea for a creature who was a machine to teach another creature how to be human. Just seems silly.
I'm going to be really mean right now. Is that a video camera? What did I say? What did I say? It's wonderful. To be honest, what's happening, because we live in the United States, what is happening in the US right now is a little worrying politically. And I don't want to get too heavy now, because, we're telling jokes and everything. But because of what's happening politically in the US right now, I think I might say in Gene Roddenberry's world at the moment. Yeah.
I think that's a very good answer. I'm absolutely on the same page with what Marina just said. There's some, we've been following a direction in our country, primarily since 9/11, which is very, very frightening to me as well. And that makes the idealism of Star Trek even more appealing. The problem is on the other side, you have to wear those clothes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. If we could wear jeans and not spandex spacesuits, then that would be perfect.
If I could have pockets, I think.
Yeah.
If I could have pockets, then I definitely would go straight into the future. But I don't want a future without pockets.
Yeah. And if I didn't have to have such big hair.
Right.
As I did on the show.
And I didn't have to have.
Such big hair.
I knew there was a joke there, I just couldn't find it. Spock, I understand, you are a Vulcan man. You have just gone without for 7 years about. Paris, please find a way to load a hypo spray. I will give you the sign, just aim for his behind. Hormones are raging, synapses blazing, it's all so